Thank you for being with us today on the Word of Encouragement on this Wednesday. And today I'd like to go to Psalm 102. Psalm 102 is one that deals with God's care for us. And it's really the prayer of those that are afflicted and overwhelmed. And of course, that's what we're dealing with. And you have at the beginning of it, "Hear my prayer, O Lord, and let my cry come unto thee. Hide not thy face from me when I am in trouble." Goes on down, "My heart is smitten." A little bit later, "I'm like a pelican in the wilderness." Obviously, there were real struggles here through what was going on. And then we read in verse 19, what an encouragement. "For he," speaking of God, "hath looked down from the height of his sanctuary. From heaven did the Lord behold the earth, to hear the groaning of the prisoner, to loose those that are appointed to death, to declare the name of the Lord in Zion, and his praise in Jerusalem." I simply want to look at that phrase, "for he looked down from the height of the sanctuary." Now we know that God is omnipresent, he's omniscient, and it means he's present everywhere and he knows all things. But there is that personal, conscious focus that God gives to his people. And so when we are groaning, so to speak, when we are going through difficulties that are very hard for us to process, when it seems like we're closed in and we just can't seem to breathe and have freedom from whatever the trial is or whatever the circumstances are, or however Satan may be coming against us, we can know that God's looking down from heaven. God is not going to let us go beyond what is good for us. He always makes a way to escape. And that's a wonderful, wonderful reality. God is on our side. Now, he allows us to go through trials. He is doing good things in our lives, but it always is good, and it will never destroy us. It will never ruin us unless we won't believe him and we get upset or we get bitter with the Lord. So we need to realize his eyes are upon us. He is very much concerned for us. He does love us. He individually wants a relationship with us. And so we're never alone. And we can have that great comfort. I think that's one of Satan's great tools, is to get us to think God has forgotten us, that somehow it doesn't work for us. Our circumstance is too unique for God to be able to solve. He has somehow, he has thought that we're too far from being able to be helped because of whatever we've done. All of these kinds of falsehoods come across our path from the evil one, and we just wonder, is there any hope? That is not what we should think. God is looking down upon us. He cares. He is working. He's doing so many more things than we can even imagine on our behalf if we'll just simply trust him. And he'll open our eyes. When we look at life from the flesh, we get darkness. But when we look at life empowered by the Spirit, we have life. We have understanding. We have light to see what we need to see. So I want to encourage you today. God is looking down. In fact, he's right here. And he knows your situation. And I promise you, he will meet your need.